Alrighty, good morning. It's time for What's Up and About. No, you can actually take the tea out of the side. It's tea now. Edgar, it's tea.
I mean,
like seriously. All right then. Now, wow, Wednesday already.
Yes, it is.
Halfway through the week.
Yes, we are. Halfway through.
There's quite a lot.
Exactly. I was going to say quite a number of stuff. I know for now, training is the Diddy trial, which started. And as it is, yesterday, Cassie testified.
Yeah, Cassie. We've been waiting to hear her voice for quite a while.
She's heavily pregnant now with her third child.
Wow.
And she was really teary. She said, oh, she had to do this. It sounded like she was made to do it, but, you know, as it is, she could have been subpoenaed because I know she and Diddy had already reached an agreement. And Diddy looked on intently, according to the court drawings, and they said, and even the report said he was just watching intently, like, as she was speaking. I don't know, maybe he was trying to intimidate her with looks. I don't know.
He does that.
I don't want to insinuate anything.
Diddy has a way of giving this firm look or sternness
that makes you start stuttering.
Yes, yes.
So he's always been an intimidating figure in the industry for different reasons. But for her, I can't even imagine what she went through. Because the stories we're hearing were probably just the tip of the iceberg. There was probably so much more. What we saw in that video of her being dragged through that hotel corridor, that was just like, you know what?
The video was even played again for the report, because I saw it on CNN yesterday.
And watching that
was
video.
it CNN?
No.
It was played again, and while it was being played, there was a statement that stuck in my memory. A quote from the lawyer. The lawyer said, Diddy might have been guilty of domestic violence every now and then, but that doesn't mean he's guilty of sex trafficking and what's the other one he's being accused of? So his lawyer stated that, yes, it's quite possible for someone to be deeply ingrained in DV.
It's also fair to mention that, I mean, weeks after this video resurfaced online, he came out to apologize. Diddy had apologized before he was even arrested and all. He apologized to say he's taking full responsibility for everything that happened. He's sorry about it, and you know,
him apologizing. I think you don't apologizing really. Edgar, is that what you're bringing to the table right now?
No, I'm just saying that it's fair
we
mention
that fact that at least he showed some kind of remorse.
I don't want a case where someone is watching this at home.
I don't think he had a choice.
Well,
he had brands that were paying him millions to represent them. He needed to come and do something to sort of save his reputation at the time, which hadn't been completely soiled as at then.
I totally agree.
It was all damage control. I don't think he was
that's
sorry
the way you see
about
it. Oh, wow.
anything.
Okay, I get it. I get the reason why I said it is because I am just wondering, there is a young guy at home who is probably just hearing about Diddy for the first time, and I'm just trying to give a full picture so they know that at some point he actually apologized. Now, whether he did it from a place where he was remorseful about the whole situation, or he just said it because his management has said, oh, Diddy, you have to say something about this. You know, that's a story for another day. You know,
Daddy love.
P. Diddy will always be Puff Daddy.
Remember when it was love?
P. Diddy will always be Puff Daddy.
Brother
Brother love.
You can call me brother love.
P. Diddy will always be Puff Daddy to me. You know.
Yeah, it started from Puff Daddy.
Puff Daddy.
Then Puffy.
There's just a bit too much evidence.
Puff Diddy. P. Diddy, then Diddy.
There's a bit too much evidence for you to say that this particular leopard changed his sports overnight. After paying, how many million did he pay Cassie to keep quiet?
About 30?
30 million? Like, are you kidding me? You're now saying sorry. As Mike would say, sorry, key you dear.
But you know something we should not ignore, and that's the fact that even at that, there are so many people that still say, oh, you gained a lot from that relationship. And I noticed it's usually from a certain gender. You gain a lot from that relationship. Women should know their masters. Women should know when to shut up and all of that. And so that brings us to the misogyny angle. And a podcast I recently saw.
Yeah, I said what I
said.
I
think, we all saw that podcast and how a lady was talking about the fact that her driver told her, you know what, it's time for you to go home. You've been out all day. Despite the fact that she was hanging out with friends.
So you know
that deep breath.
Do you know that? So I've had drivers since I was what, 19, 20? Yeah. Yeah, I bought my first car when I was 19. Yeah,
come on.
Just wanted to put it out there. But
take
guess
your flowers.
what?
Here you go.
That Sometimes it comes from a place of fatherliness. Sometimes culturally, older men tend to see younger women in like, okay, so if this was my daughter, you know.
Even not older men, men generally, they just want to, in quote, protect you. But then, where do you draw the line between protection and
okay, this is where I say it's
privacy?
happened to me before. One particular driver has, but he came under the mindset of, oh, your mother told me that if I'm going too far or I'm going out too much, that he should talk to me. That's what my mom can do it. Mama Titi can do it. Yes, I know. Wow. She's watching right now. She knows she did it a few times. But I got it. But she had given him that sort of window to say like, this is too much. And then, to be honest, I had gone out quite a bit. Sometimes we do overdo things, and they're trying to...
I like your honesty.
They're trying to sort of advise you without sounding like they're below you.
Yeah.
So they say, no, you're going home. Let's go home. Whereas the driver could have just actually been tired and like, I've been out all day, myself, I won't sleep.
However, there are different ways to look at it. But before I even say that, I'm wondering what Chef Walia thinks. Have you ever been in a situation in which you got unsolicited advice from the opposite gender in a way that kind of made you feel belittled? Have you ever? You are thinking?
Yeah.
That means
he's not sure. He's not, no, it does not come often. But yeah, I've been in that situation.
In this kind of
How did you
situation,
handle it?
for example?
In this kind of situation,
her driver told her
she
has to go home, that she has had enough for a day.
Whoa, that's deep. But just like Titi said earlier, that parents sometimes they can do, like, I think, coming from that, if they gave him that permission, and I know my parents can do that, or somebody like my guardian can do that, then I will obey.
So let me give a little context, more context to the story. Now, here's where it gets really hilarious for me. So at some point when they're on their way home, now the lady tells this guy, please give me my car keys.
Yeah.
And he says, no.
No,
yeah.
And then when people come around and she tells him, okay, you're fired, and he says, you know what, I'm not giving you your car keys, call the police. He tells her this. He says, I'm not giving you your car keys, call the police. Now you have different people come around, different men, and he starts to, now he feels emotional, he's sorry about it. But guess what?
He
tells the men
to her
that he's sorry. He tells the men there that he's sorry about it, but he doesn't say he's sorry to his boss. He says he cannot say sorry to her, but he's saying sorry to every other man out there. So that's where the issue is, because it's a case where this guy is feeling, and he says to her, if not that, now this is the craziest part. I was watching I was listening to the podcast, and then the guy tells Jola, the lady, and says, if not that you employed me, will you be able to talk to me outside?
That was a common statement.
So it's deeper than just him seeing her as her father or as a guardian or whatever. He's basically what he's saying is, I'm a man, you're a woman. What I say stands.
Yes.
What I say stands.
And this spills over to different aspects of life. In some companies, men are paid more than women for the same role till date.
Of course.
Despite many years of advocating, you employ a man, you pay him 40 naira. You employ a woman for the same role, probably even doing more than the man, but you pay 30 or 25 naira. And you justify it with them. Women have too many problems. That's when you will say you want to go and take care of your children. That's when you say, and there's always that talk. Meanwhile, the woman is giving more because she's trying to make sure she's still at par.
One advice I would always give with cases like this is avoid see finish. Avoid see finish. And I'll say it, and I'll tell you why. You see, there is a level you would have between the driver and, a lady or who owns the
vehicle.
The vehicle. And you start to play with your driver. From time to time, you buy him things. From time to time, you tell him you can take the car. You start to gist. Something happens. You're just, you're having a great time to yourself. But if you're not careful, you see all those play you're having, all the buying of things when
he's getting too comfortable.
He gets really comfortable.
But you men do it with your drivers, and it's okay.
That's what I'm saying. Don't overdo it.
Hey, but you men overdo it.
Men.
To the point that some men will even tell their wives, their drivers to watch their wives for them.
Do you know one crazy thing? Do you know one crazy thing I realized? Yeah. Do you know one crazy thing I've realized? Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Is that
I don't even know
like every time. every time I am in a cab with a driver, I realize just because of how the world is, most of the time they want to engage with you.
They want to talk. Yeah.
You know, it's boring for them. They're just driving. You're at the back.
Yeah.
You are, and they're not talking to you. They want to say, oh, madam, how work now? How's
Yeah.
everything going? Oh, you do okay?
They're
Your
trying to
makeup fine,
engage,
This one, where low. They want to engage with you. All I'm just saying is, as a lady and as the boss, I'm not saying put it over there that you boss. Yes, establish that point to say, guy, you are my driver.
Exactly.
And I am the boss. So the day you say, give me the key,
guess
he's
what?
not telling you no.
No. So guess what? Edgar, you are saying establish that boundary. But in the cultural Nigerian context, there are some reasons why having a better relationship with your staff is important. Especially if you have children, other family members they will be attending to, and you are not there. You need to make sure that this person
are always being made
feels a little more emotionally connected to you,
overcompensate,
so that the day there's a reason to do something extra, because there's definitely going to be a day that you need this person to do something extra for you. They're more emotionally inclined to agree.
I agree.
See, my own point is this: at the end of the day, it's okay to be friendly, especially with staff. Know when to draw the line. If there's something I'm known for, is the fact that I'm very playful, but I am firm. And the moment I make up my mind on something, I tell you this has to be done. You cannot even push me around.
The suck, she fired the guy at the end of the day.
It's just something you have to imbibe.
At a point, you just have to establish those boundaries. And at this point, we would love to hear your thoughts on this.
Sucking the guy.
Honestly speaking, it's one of those conversations that cannot end. Just use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC and let us know your thoughts.
That kind of guy she sacked.
Don't worry, we're coming to come and watch you.
I hope you will not come and rob her home. Okay.
Right.